wasn't sure if that was coming out of my headset or not. Get there. No, play the music. I just finished eating and I'm like baffled as to what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. Oh, good. Except for the lack of music. That's sad. I hate my internet. Anyway. Happy Tuesday. Also, I will get around to uploading recordings. I've actually just completely forgot the last couple of days. It used to be easier when I could just hit a or like upload it in 10 seconds, but now it takes like 10 minutes, and I hate that. Anyway, this thing is being stupid. Here, let's try that. So I am deviating slightly from what we were doing before. I'm actually working on a project for Prince Whatever, and I got permission to work on it, so that's what we're gonna do. Hey, so some people might know what this is from. For one, I had stolen some. How much of the scene build do I still have for this? Nothing. Okay, then I don't know. Oh, it is there because I was stupid in my editing. That is why. So I had stolen it because it is a council chamber. And if anybody remembers the Super Troopers movie, see, now I gotta pause it, so it's like kind of, it's not gonna work anymore. Anyway, it's just about, at least for right now, building this scene from the council chambers from Super. Did I say Super Troopers? That'd be great, but no. Starship Troopers. Really, they're the same movie, just different time periods. So they had custom audio for it.
Equestrian Council convenes.
We must meet the threat with our valor, our blood, indeed with our very lives, to ensure that pony civilization, not changeling, rules Equestria now and always.
Her Highness Princess Celestia
So I'm just
plans for a counteroffensive against
Yes.
the Hive, source of the changeling invasion that destroyed Canterlot. Would you like to know more?
So yes, would you like to know more? So I've been working on this on and off for a while, but because I got permission now, I can actually finish it potentially in a good amount of time. So because stream is when I do most of my stuff. So this is a pretty simple scene build. It just took a while. All the seats were Fluttershy's speech from Fallout that I was doing. It's essentially that room, and then I completely redid it anyway, so I don't even know why I started with the base. So the seats were copy paste from that because they were all mathed out, and but then I ended up changing the floor. I think the podium's the same. Did I change? I can't remember. I thought I had there was a symbol on there when I did it originally. But the complexity here is there is her speech. I think two people I think is what I'm going to do in the back here, and all of these. Yeah. So the reason that I wanted to copy paste from the other one is that these are all basically the same shape, and because of that, I think they're off, just changed maybe just very slightly, but because of that, it's very easy to copy paste. So if I make sets of 4 in these seats, it's not too bad. It could problem is rendering. So if you just do a count of how many chairs there are, that's a lot. Like a lot. And now I'm actually curious. So for this shot, I wanted to keep some of these back chairs just in case. But in shot, there's like what? There's 5, 10, 18, 21. So that's 6, 18. 18 plus 21. So that's 39. Yeah. And this is 39 plus 8 is 47, 48, 49, 50. So like 50 times 4, so 200 ponies. The plan was you fill like this section right here. Actually, I could even do it front to back. No, front to back won't work because of the shadows. They're going backwards. But, well, I don't know. I don't think it would matter too much. But you do a section like this, and you cross over, like, say this is your transition seat across the middle, or like in this area. So you fill in this area with ponies, which even that might be too much. I might have to do like a section like this. But you fill in a section with crossover. So if you say this is the section I'm going to render, and then have this is your crossover, you then get rid of these ponies for your next render and move them into this section and keep this one in the middle. And that will be your transition. So then I can mask between the two shots. The reason I'm doing the transition is because of shadows and all this other stuff that I need to have a large area for transition. You just do that for however many it takes to not crash. That's really what it comes down to. So, but the goal right now is I need to finish the animating of this part. Oh, and this is actually a model. I did this. I made that. No shit, actually. Yeah, so I have no idea what I was doing, but I found there was a program, or Blender can take a specific type of file and convert the image into a 3D object that is split along these certain lines. And so I converted this image into that file format, cleaned it up, brought it into Blender, separated it, changed the height of just some of the pieces, and then just assigned a flat color to each because I have no idea how to do texturing. So, and like even one of these stars is busted, but I kind of just don't even care. I'm just gonna leave it. So, but I think this actually turned out pretty cool. So, it's just in the original, and I think I downloaded it. Because it'd be nice if I had a reference. Oh, it doesn't look like it. I swear I did though, because it's not gonna play. But if you know the movie, you know what I'm doing. So, I do have a little bit of for keyframe at the beginning here. Oh, and I have a armor I need to bring in, but I might not. I actually probably should get that, because it might end up being where some of this stuff doesn't work with this model, and so I don't want to start poking at it and then have it just not work. This might take a sec because the files are effed up. Oh, wait. Ah, they're all okay. These ones are good. Perfect. Where's the readme? Okay. Standard stuff. So I think this is the actual Celestia model then. Maybe. We'll try. Oh, she's not in Black Mesa. Still got a honey whiskey. It's a little strong in the honey, but it's not bad. I don't think that was its name. Yeah, that's the old armor. Yeah, it's just Celestial Armor. I dropped in the right one, right? It might be towards the end of my files. Oh, it's in a directory. Yeah, that's why. There it is. Oh, that's pretty cool. Actually, that's really beast. Oh, sweet. Okay. Perfect. I was concerned it was going to be a new model, but it's not. That's perfect. It's a butt plug. Okay. Now the other thing is her model have it separatable? Yes, perfect. That was one thing that always frustrated me with the old models is you adding in the ability to remove completely aspects of a model, like when it's body group like this, which is what all the hair was and everything. What is simple. It's literally just on the QC you add one line that is essentially just like 2 quotation marks. But I think the assumption was you never want to remove her horn. A horn is a part of her. No, I don't care. It's so useful having the option. Now she's just white. She's just white horse.
Our blood.
Okay, that's weird. just say. I'll have to do this for the other shots too, but the armor wasn't available when I started this. So this is gonna be main and tail. Oh. Am I smelling Celestia right? Yeah, I am. It's like one of those words when you stare at it enough and you start thinking it's spelt wrong. For some reason that is that word right now. Actually, I hate her main so much that I am fine with this too. It's the design and in the show, I'm okay with it, but the 3D model, there is no way to make that main look anything like the show without engineering the crap out of it. Because to have it flow like that is possible, but you have to add an absolute buttload of bones, or you have to give it vertex animation. Vertex animation is where it's animation that is per vertice, but it's a pre-built-in one. Flags and stuff in games often are vertex animated, but it is locked into that animation. I can't touch it, which means that make it difficult to actually use. But in here, that was one of the questions I originally had was, how is this going to, or her main's going to look like crap? Damn it. Because the main like this, from this angle, is just horrible. You have a stupid amount of light coming into this area that I have to like built specifically to hit from this angle so that it lit the inside of it correctly without completely blowing her out. And it was, it's, when you're doing lighting and you have a giant block covering half the face, it's not easy. So the fact that that's just going away is probably my favorite thing. All right, so we need to get this all locked in. Oh, look at her, she's beastie. Well, this is really cool. I like the detail on this. Hello.
No.
There's food on the stove. Might need to heat it a little bit. It's not that old. You have to cut the bread. I'm sorry. I got nicer stuff.
You're sorry I got nicer stuff. I feel like that's a slight to my delicious hamburger buns that I bought.
It was, yep, I spent $1 more.
My buns. My poor buns. They didn't get salted.
So I was checking there just to, I was checking some of the bones because anytime I get a new anything, I like to check to see how things flex around it. So like you can see back here, when I move this back leg, it's going to, this part isn't going to move with it. It's stiff to it. So I just need to know that, so if I'm doing certain emotions, it's not a surprise later. That one kind of makes sense. On a bent leg, it's going to clip a little bit, but again, that's clipping is part of animating. All the rest is pretty standard. But I've had it before where you go to move something and suddenly like one vertex up here was attached to it. Oh, okay. So that's sort of like her regalia. Okay. She got a buckle. It actually was different in my head. Nope. Here. I'm not gonna have those locked. Yeah, the jiggles I want to do separate on here. If I have a... Yeah, because they're going to be differently positioned than her tail was. It would be nice to have it all in one, but that's fine. Okay. I feel that. How many jiggle bones were here then? Sweet, there's a ton of them. That's fine. Oh, good. These are weighted better than most. There's always the concern that the weights aren't built. It's like they'll be really stiff at the corner, so you have to really do some playing to make it work. But these are actually weighted pretty good. Had a little bit of concern on this one, but it actually has a lot of flexibility and it doesn't collapse down in on itself at its base. So that actually is pretty nice too. Though it is a little weighted weird because you can see it kind of start collapsing there, but normally I don't see the tail being up that high that often. So that one's fine. It's interesting. Oh, that's the jiggle. Okay. So then you still have the base tailbone. No, I guess it is kind of locked up there, isn't it? Because I guess it is like just shoving it up the butt. But overall, that's actually pretty cool. I like it. But it is so much easier for everything. I want to see how it looks in the other shots, though. I'm going the lazy route. I feel like I'm gonna have to turn that on anyway. Okay.
In Manhattan.
Oh, she's kind of a busy road. Oop. Oh, she's not locked.
Oh, look at that horse. A minute. When did she show up?
She shows up whenever the hell she wants to show up.
Yeah, she has that right. That's Princess Right. So nice.
Blurred says hi.
Hello. You hear him over here talking smack about my buns?
Yes. I also fried the bread on mine, but I couldn't on yours because... And you know what? I made a turkey burger and I made the other one in there. You know what happened? I didn't burn the house down.
Yeah, but you made one burger.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you didn't. Sorry.
Not a single smoke. Because I kept the heat, at a not scorching temperature. I wasn't trying to kill it again. It's already ground.
I bought some actual regular burgers. Did you see those in there?
No, I didn't know that's what you had the tomatoes for. So there is tomato and onion in there cut up too.
Oh.
Just below the cheese tray stuff.
Cool.
It's already cut
Wonderful.
in little baggies.
Yay. Oh.
Ooh, those are actually good, pretty well done for the lighting too. That is nice. I was thinking I was gonna have to poke at that. And those are bumps. Yep, they're bump maps too. Really well done. Is that bump map too? Yeah, that edge is bump map. I thought that was actually modeled, but no, that is just the bump map. I think that upper part is, yeah, that comes out. This is really cool. That's a different texture, so it's kind of weird that it's not reflective, but I could change that too. So.
Yeah, I didn't think we were trying to plan anything for the chicken patties. I had kind of been eating.
The what?
The chicken patties. I didn't know you were making plans for them.
No, I just wanted to make something, so I threw them in.
That's cool. I like chicken patties.
You had 3 left in one turkey burger, so I just decided to make 2 and 2.
Finishing off some odds and ends. Is this the same video?
No.
Because I'm like, this is getting ridiculous.
I can see that.
She's like, it's like the after press conference. Dude. I apologize to the world for the actions of Twilight Sparkle.
I wish, but I can't.
A war between the humans and the ponies broke out. It never stops.
No, I would like that though. No, Prince gave me permission to work on his stuff during stream, so
Okay.
I can get it done.
Great.
And so we have Celestia talking, and it's from
Not a lot of people in attendance. Huh?
well, there will be. That's just a stand-in. I did the math. There's about 50 seats and 4 per seat. It's 200.
How you gonna manage that without it crashing? Just recolors?
Yes and no. So, recolors are going to be the way to do it. So it's probably going to be similar to what I did for chemistry. I'm going to pick like 6 or 8 models and then recolor each one 4 times. That'll make 24 unique models, which will fill that spot right there. But then I fill it to however much until it's not renderable. And then I render it, and then I remove all but the one layer on the outside of that grouping, and move that inside group to another part, and then render again, and just keep rinse and repeat, and then just mask in between all the areas.
Oh, sounds like a task.
That is going to be the hardest part.
Yeah.
Animating her is trivial compared to, well, that and it was just getting this map together in general, because I was trying to copy Starship Troopers as close as possible. So, and all this is really just the chamber, her talking, and then the chamber again. Oh, that's, I didn't have her armor on in that one. But all the lip syncing is done. I did the lip sync a long time ago, so it's all done.
The way you did the lip sync system is different. It's not bad.
Oh, no, her from the front just doesn't work as well. Looks good from the side.
Okay.
Indeed with our very lives, to ensure that pony civilization, not changeling, rules Equestria now and always.
I really like how she says always. I don't know why.
Always. Always. And rules Equestria now and always. Always.
No, her model actually had quite a bit of control for compared to the previous ones, but the front, because her snoot is more squared compared to a lot of other ponies, her pucker.
Yeah, I never did like the princess.
That is the best that she can do for pucker. So a lot of the other ponies, by doing like different bits with the mouth, you can get to a pretty close O, like a whistle look. With her, you can't. And because of that, the front always looks weird because I can't get it into a perfect O. But from the side, it looks fine because I don't have to deal with that. So that's why it looks way better from the side. But as soon as you go to the front, it does look a little weird.
Rules Equestria now.
But it's also weird because she's not moving. As soon as she starts moving, you'll just completely miss on some of that.
Yeah, you should be looking at the whole thing rather than just the mouth.
Yeah. I thought I had all the keyframe done.
Civilization, not
But apparently I didn't.
To meet the threat with our valor, our blood.
I'm so glad I don't have to touch that goddamn hair.
Indeed, with our very lives, to ensure that ponies.
And I can actually just say screw it and animate it as it is right now. And
You have to animate all over hair so it's constantly flowing. Just like in this
but it only has 5 bones. The actual show's hair, the way that it moves is impossible with the current hair because I'd have to shift and move it so much that it breaks it completely. I just brought this up. We would have to add in, like, there is a Luna human model that's in TF2 that you can use that has a tail that moves legitimately like their hair does.
No.
But it's about, like, if it were in real life, it's about this long and it's 20 bones. So it looks really good because it's super, super detail. To do that with Celestia's mane, I would probably need like 50 bones. And then a lot of goddamn time. No.
Like, 75% of your animation just spent just on that Celestia's hair.
Well, on Australia, I spent a lot of time on White Mane's mane.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it to look legitimately good, and I didn't know how to do it. So, no, I'll put the time into it if I needed to. I'm sorry, I'm going back. I'm thinking you're using used instances regarding this. The problem is, the main thing isn't processing. You could have the most beast computer possible. It's the amount of RAM that you can maintain. So if I load in unique pony model after unique pony model, every one that I add has unique textures, unique model. Even though they look the same as the others, the software doesn't know that. It's a unique model. And unique animation. Everything is unique to that one. And some of these are like 60 to 80 megabytes or more. So the much newer models are even more so. So every unique one is adding a ton of memory. So I would only get so far before I would just run out of memory because we're running a 32-bit.
It's the big issue.
So the idea normally for going around that is you load in like 6 or 8 models. So those are 6 or 8 unique models. Then you use texture overrides to just either point to a new texture, which then you're just eating up the memory for the new texture, which can still be quite big, or you use the color override to just change its hue. And if it's a neutral or like a gray or something color, you can usually go quite a bit of different directions for color, which is pretty nifty. And that's what I did for chemistry, because I had to put in the shot. So to get the background to fill in so much, a lot of these front ones I tried to match up with certain people that I thought would maybe fit with the characters from the original. So everybody from like here, that is the blackjack in for fun. Through here. So this kind of area is all unique for a purpose. Everybody else is just copy paste. So like you can see this guy and this guy are the same, but this guy this pony and this pony are the same pony. All I did with this one was he has a brown mane, so I added more red and made it red because I can go from brown to red. And it was a lighter blue, and I just added a bunch of red to make it kind of went into pink or purple. So this is the same model with in the memory. Then they're taking up the exact same amount of memory, though in terms of processing, they are doubling the amount of processing. So the beastier your computer, the more you can put on screen at once. But there's only so many unique instances of something I can have before 32-bit just hates me. So I'll be able to I want to be able to fill in enough of a section here so that it isn't difficult to do the masking. So I think it might be a good idea to like do 3 rows and then have 2 main, 1 crossover, because I don't think the shadow's going to go back that far, and then do like these 3, then these 3. Well, then we'll keep going back 1 row at a time. I'll figure something out with it. Maybe you do 4. That's going to be 25 right there.
How many different animations you plan on using for the crowd?
No, that's more than 25. It's 25 seats. That's 100 ponies. How
many different animations are you planning on doing for the crowd?
So all the models are the same.
Mm-hmm.
I can load the female animations onto a male model, and from this angle, you're not going to tell the difference. Sometimes it just breaks the back leg. So all you have to do is you could do the exact copy paste, because there's an applause in there or whatever. The idles are easy. You just make 1 idle, and then and then maybe a couple different unique ones of head turns, and then you just mistime them all. So you make one long idle that's like, this is a 4-second shot, so make like a 10-second idle, and then you just shift every one of them within that 10 seconds randomly. Then when they go to stand up, they all just stand up at different times, and then you every now and then grab a couple and expand their size, shrink their size just a little bit, and it just changes all the timing. So that's the intent for it.
I just like the idea of just Barry Funch being the only one in the audience. And she's just, Felicity gives this rousing speech, and she's just like, yay! Play Freebird! Play Freebird!
The only reason that she is there is because this is a copy-paste of the Fluttershy scene that I had. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to have to do all the seats again, so it's copy-paste of that, so I just left her there. All I did with this one in comparison was I dropped all of them so they're at a flat level. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, yeah. And there was the thought of, well, we could just change the angle. But I'm like, no, we can't change the angle. It's an iconic scene. I have to keep it the same. I won't change it, so I will fill in all those seats. But really, if I go and make...
This is a scene from Starship Trooper you're trying to recreate or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually all custom audio, too.
And
So it's the recreation using custom pony version of the audio.
Starship Trooper has iconic scenes in it now.
Starship Trooper's amazing.
It's okay.
No, it's amazing because it's so bad.
Yeah, it's like the acting is horrible.
Well, no, it
The
is.
story's
But
kinda bad.
this is from their commercials that they do in between,
Mm-hmm.
where would you like to know more? Those ones, those were amazing.
That was a fun part, yeah.
Yeah, so no, that's what this is. It's a recreation of it.
I think the reason Starship Troopers is well remembered is because it's the perfect kind of bad.
You know, it's and that's why we actually watched it for one of our meetup times.
Mm-hmm.
We when we were at the apartment, they had the theater room, and they had like an 80-inch TV and theater seating in a black room, and in theater everything. So it was like a little mini theater in the apartment. It was awesome. So we got to watch it on an 80-inch TV with all that set up. So it was really cool.
I think the reason I enjoyed it so much was StarCraft had just come out, like not even a year before Starship Troopers did, and it kind of felt like StarCraft the movie, and it was pretty good.
Well, Starship Troopers is based on a book.
Yeah.
And the book, basically the movie is jamming a ton of content in over multiple years in what looks like a month of time.
I hope the rest of that content didn't end up in Starship Troopers 2 and 3, because those are horrible movies.
Well, I don't even know if that was based on anything or if that was just a money grab. The first one at least had good base content, but they just tried to rush it a lot. And then the budget probably wasn't what it needed to be, though I thought the graphics look good.
The CG was really good for, what, 98?
Yeah, it was like the late 90s, I think. I think I gave it to Kyle. I bought it it was cheaper to buy it than to rent it, I think.
Yeah.
I bought it it was $1 more. I just bought it on Amazon for like $5.
Yeah.
And we watched the DVD.
Now, the CG...
They were definitely... Depends on whether they're money grabs based on the original content or money grabs in let's just make more content.
Yeah. All I know about the second and third one is that they weren't very good, and Gary Busey's son was starring in them. It's pretty much the extent of what I know.
What was his name? Was in the scientist from the first movie was
The psychic guy? That was what was...
I know, it's bothering me. He played Doogie Howser.
Yeah. I can't remember his name. He's
Oh yeah, it was very loose.
fairly well-known actor.
I know, and I can't remember. It bothers me. I can't remember his name. Dr. Horrible.
Mm-hmm.
No, my brain just says Gary Busey, but that's just.
It's just because I just said Gary Busey's son was in like a couple of them. But no. I feel like it's like right on the edge of my brain, but I just can't.
Make sure I'm not.
Who's gonna hit?
Why is the jiggle bones? No. Neil Patrick Harris.
Yes.
Neil Partick Harris.
Patrick.
Though he said Partick.
Oh, okay, it's Partick now.
It's Partick.
It's Partick.
I was checking to make sure I didn't have any like other things that are on here, but I don't think so. And so originally I was trying to copy the way that the guy was moving in the show, but I can't actually load that up. I'll have to download that section or something to watch here. But that's what I was trying to follow. But I know, I think he did a weird turn right there. And did like a head raise there. And then he steps back at about there, and that's when the camera goes backwards.
For a counteroffensive against the Hive.
So, and then it's just like, yeah, make it now.
Hey, you found the same podium I found with those little bobbleheads.
Hmm?
I used that same podium model when it did those bobbleheads.
Which one?
The one she's using.
Right now? This doesn't exist. It's a custom made for this.
Looks the same.
No, this is completely different. I just got it yesterday. And the hair is also unique. And it's not a bitch, because this is back here and not here.
It looks nice all tied up.
Yes. No, it's super nice. And it's also animatable. Because that's the concern. Because the other one is not animated. The other one is a giant washboard duct taped to her head.
I do like this model. It's very cute, this model.
I like it. Well, that and normally anytime I have a metal that's on something, I have to go and putz with it to make it look good. No, this is the default. And look, the bump maps, that's a bump map right there. Like,
It's detailed.
no, it's not detailed.
Well, you can see all like the little divots and imperfections.
Well, yeah, but it's not. I mean, detailed isn't difficult. It's to make to make it look good from all angles. You can make something look good, but then the lighting sucks on it. The lighting is really good on this. Like this is really, really well done. I am just enamored at the look of this alone. Yeah, it was very nice normal mapping. It is not easy stuff. Yeah, I mean, you can, like, some of these little details, that's easy to toss on. It's these ones, or getting this to look actually 3D. Like, it doesn't sound hard, but it's kind of hard. So I'm glad that it was just well done. I'm happy. She is unamused, though.
One of her eyes looks
Meet the threat with
It's because she's animated, but her eyes aren't.
Okay. Jumping around a bit.
Well, normally when you turn the head, I'm going to have them close their eyes, so I don't want to actually blend the eye movement. It's not going to... I'm going to be undoing it anyway, so...
We must meet the threat. Meet the threat with. Must meet the threat with.
I would never be able to take these horses seriously, no matter how serious they're being. They could be like massive devastation, thousands dead, and more death along the way. And I'd be like, "You're so cute. Who wants a poop?"
Oh yeah, you want a belly rub after murder?
He's like, "This is a serious matter. Tens of thousands of ponies are dying. Oh, that's horrible. Do you want an apple?" Well, that makes me feel better. She would say, yes.
Tommy's a little off there, but it works fine when played. She's angry at you, Michael. Fuck.
Yes, exactly. Where was God? That's right. You are.
You would get arrested so quick.
Yeah.
You just walk right in the castle and they would be like, stop, and you just constantly like, you'd have like super knockout boops.
Well, to be fair, the guards can't stop a fly, so they're useless.
Can't stop a fly?
No.
You'd be a fly?
I say I'd be a big fly.
They have big weapons.
Yeah, have you ever seen them use them?
It's a kid's show.
Even when they went to war, they just kicked at each other.
Yeah, but you don't have a spear if you don't use a spear.
But they showed this episode where they go to war and they just like hoof kick at each
Yeah,
other.
but do you think that it's a little girl show? Do you think they're gonna be like 300 like spearing people to the neck?
There was what was that one episode, the Power Ponies episode, that they had to rate PG. They actually rated it PG because there was a scene where they just crushed some character with a giant block of concrete. He was just gone. There was a few occasions they got caught on the show, but it was rare. They ever shed blood though?
Oh, that's the camera. I was like, why is there a marker there? I don't. That's the last one, so I gotta step after this. Okay, let's do that for now.
Needs phones. I liked your note. The note you left at the bottom of the screen.
Oh,
Needs phones.
because it does. Well, that note is actually just this note.
Yeah.
But if you put a note in the body of the text, it shows up at the very first frame of the video.
Yeah.
Not when you're playing it, but whenever you're sitting at the front.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
My life.
I like how it also says it like at the bottom of the podium.
Yes. We need more phones. This is the stance I'm running on. Poor Celestia. She's no respect. Look at her. She's all innocent. Hey, she's lived for thousands of years. She ain't innocent. She's probably done some really messed up stuff. Probably. I mean, she did turn that one kid into stone.
And then we can do...
She's having that. Oh wow, I like that. That's a smile. Okay, man. She's gonna murder more children now. I still think about Cozy Glow and like her parents. Like Celestia just turned their child into like a lawn ornament. It's like, can we please have our child back? Nope. The pigeons haven't pooped on her enough yet.
She doesn't like it. Celestia, did you murder the kids? Who murdered the kids?
He's like, did you imprison them in hell? And
Did
then
you-
on stone?
Did you set up their murder? Oh.
Yes.
And then death.
Oh, that was abrupt.
We still stab her in the neck.
No.
There, she's dead now.
This was-
By neck stabbing.
He's old.
We must meet the threat. We must meet the threat. To meet the threat with. We must meet the threat with. Meet the threat with. Meet the threat with our. Meet the threat. Must meet the threat with our. We must meet the threat with our. Threat with our valor. Threat with our valor. Threat with our valor. Threat with our valor. We must meet. We must meet the threat with our valor. Threat of valor. Meet the threat with our valor. Threat with our. Meet the threat with our valor. With our.
So I take it a lot of
Threat
people
with
are
our
working on
valor.
this video? Take it a lot of people are working on this video?
Well, this specific thing we're doing right now is, like, at least for this scene, is just me.
Yeah, but it's gonna be
Meet the
compiled with
threat
other
with our
scenes that
valor.
other people are working on.
I don't like that.
Our.
Oh,
It's gonna be compiled with other scenes other people are making.
I'm doing this part. I don't know what else I can say. So
Ah,
We must meet the threat with our. Meet the threat with.
will there be horses? That's a yes. I'm staying in the safe realm of questions. Will they get boots and socks and juice boxes? I'll take that as a yes as well.
Meet the threat with our valor. Our. Meet the threat with our.
Just, you put just one pony in the audience wearing a pair of socks. That would be amazing.
Meet the threat with our valor. Threat with our valor.
So I have a little bit of a head back here.
The threat with our valor. The threat with our. Meet the threat with our valor. Our valor. Meet the threat with our valor.
I'm thinking I'm working with, like, this being a 1 second, but it's actually this, so I gotta zoom in.
With our valor. With our valor. Threat with our valor. 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 Threat with our valor. meet the threat with meet the threat with meet the threat with our valor. Meet the threat with meet
You wanna
Meet the
white
threat
or
with-
something out of the fridge?
I'm good right now, thank you.
must meet the threat with
I just saw it. There it is.
meet the threat with meet the threat with meet the threat with meet the threat meet the
I think I need
threat with
more of
meet
this.
the threat with meet the threat with meet the
I just don't want to have her neck sitting stiff, so I'm trying to get a little bit of motion in there.
must meet the threat with must meet the threat meet the meet the
Don't want to squint, but
meet the threat with meet the threat with
make sure I'm not grabbing something else with that.
That armor she's wearing, it's really nice. Was that custom made for this scene?
That's what I said before.
I know you were saying you really liked it. I didn't know if it was custom made just for this.
Well, not just this scene, for more than that. But it was custom made for this content.
meet the threat with meet the threat with meet the threat with meet the threat with meet the meet the threat with meet the threat with must meet the threat with must meet the meet the threat with meet the threat with meet the threat meet the threat with our threat with our with our threat with our valor our valor
Okay, I need to hide your face. There you are. I can't hide your jaw, damn.
with our valor with our
That was this time.
valor our valor our blood our valor our valor our valor our blood our valor our blood our with our valor. With our valor. Our valor. Our valor. Our valor. Our valor. Our valor. With our the thread with our valor. With our
So they give you a deadline on this project?
No, but sooner the better.
with our valor. With our valor. And we meet the threat with our
No, I only learned this week.
our
It's not
valor.
Prince whatever. It's Prince whatever, or
You can't read.
I never bothered to read it. I just always heard Prince whatever. But apparently it's Prince whatever, or
So there's a lazy way to say it, and then there's the correct way to say it. You're just being lazy.
it's Prince whatever.
Whatever.
Our valor. Our
Who does that? He did that intentionally just to drive
It was just to fuck with you.
Yeah. And a lot of other people.
Not just you.
Just me. Special.
with our valor. With our valor. Meet the threat with our valor. Our valor. Our valor. Must meet the threat with. Must meet the threat with our valor. Threat with our valor. Our valor. Our valor. With our valor. Our valor. Our valor. With our valor. 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 With our valor. Meet the threat with. We must meet the threat. We must meet the threat with. We must meet the. Meet the threat with. Meet the threat with.
Kind of have the idea of what I want it to look like, and so I'm just trying to chip away to make sure I'm not overdoing it.
Trying to make it absolutely perfect because you know other people who are going to be reviewing and criticizing it in depth before.
No, I don't give a shit about that.
Okay, good. Because I was like, he's going to spend extra time on this, isn't he?
No.
Because of that.
Meet the threat with. Meet the threat with.
But I don't want to over-exaggerate and then try to pull back on this part. So I'm getting a look, and then I'm like, a little bit more. Because the guy that actually did it was pretty stiff. So it's like, do I want to add more than the original or try to match with the original? And I think I'm just going to go more than the original.
We must meet the
Like the
threat.
original scene in Starship Troopers, he was pretty stiff. Or the original scene they gave you to work on.
This scene.
Yeah.
It's just the guy standing at the podium talking. He was actually not bad because he did a really good like angry type thing, but
Threat with our valor. Threat with our valor. With our valor.
So did somebody give you like a rough like animation to work on, or you're just making this from scratch?
I have the audio to work from. Everything else, no. I mean, well, the original movie.
Oh, so you're just okay. I know somebody gave you like a storyboarded version of this or something.
No, the movie is the storyboard.
There you go.
Our valor. Our valor. Our blood. Our valor. Our blood. Valor. Our blood. Valor. Our blood. Our blood.
I like to imagine they're going to war because somebody took their tasty horse treats. It's like someone stole our horse biscuits.
The whole reason for war is already a video that Prince Whatever put out.
I forget what happened in that video.
It's 2 of them.
I forget what happens in them. It's been a while. I watched them once, like a year ago.
Valor. Our blood. Our
I like to imagine they're going to war over the lack of horse biscuits. Not enough horse biscuits. The enemy has them.
I've never even seen horse biscuits.
Me neither.
That's why there's a shortage.
I imagine there's like dog biscuits, but for horses.
Our blood.
And they need them.
Our blood.
They keep them all for themselves, and they don't let us have any. And we don't know how to make them. So it's war.
Our blood.
So it's tasty. Horse biscuit.
Blood. Indeed with our
People steal their horse biscuit reserves.
Oat biscuits. Give them lots and lots of daisies.
They're gone. Horse biscuit.
How about daisies? Lots and lots of daisies.
They get sour cream.
They're poisonous.
Are they?
Certain flowers are not good for horses.
I know they can't eat a whole lot of alfalfa grass, but they'll try. And then they'll eat themselves to death.
Sounds like a dog in the trash.
No, that's like the worst thing. Horses love alfalfa, but they eat too much if they get colic, fall over, and die. And that's probably what happens. That's.
Our blood.
I'm just imagining that happening to like just ponies in the show. And like, what happens? He ate too much alfalfa.
Well, you should see what happens when I eat too much alfalfa.
Right.
Just get the runs. They just run around. Energy.
Blood. Our
Ugh.
Our blood. Our blood. Our blood. Our blood. Our
The only thing I kind of remember from the first 2 days is that it had something to do with changelings. Because they were the only really good, like, looming threat the show ever had. And then they ruined it.
What about Cozy Glow?
She wasn't a looming threat, she was a child annoyance.
I know, and she was the one that got the closest to winning.
Yeah, but they didn't know she was a looming threat.
Well, what about Starlight?
Starlight wasn't a looming. Well, I guess.
She almost destroyed, all the time.
Yeah, the changelings were like an army.
Yeah, but they were stupid.
Yeah, I mean.
They were single-minded, though they
They
didn't.
were a hive mind.
They infiltrated perfectly until they didn't.
Yeah.
our blood.
But that was just the thing. You never knew. They were just kind of like this constant thing. It's like, could your next door neighbor be a changeling?
Our
No. And then they did an episode exactly like that, where the changelings replaced the main 6, which was great.
our blood.
That's too much.
Most weren't the wiser.
Our blood.
The changelings were just a good looming like antagonist. I don't know. I was kind of sad when they got ruined.
They didn't get ruined. She stayed angry the whole time.
Well, Chrysalis did, but
Well, yeah, the changelings did. Chrysalis, I do appreciate that even towards the end when she's like sees friendship coming and then she just screams. That was very in character.
Oh, the worst thing that happens to everybody else is that they get along. The thing that happens to her, she turns into a skittlebug. It's awful.
Okay, I guess she saw what it becomes.
Yeah. She goes through an actual physical change if she accepts friendship. She's not having it.
Our valor, our blood.
I can't blame her. Not after what it did to everybody else. Turned into Rainbow Deer.
Our blood. Our blood. Blood. Our valor. Our blood. Our blood. Our blood. Our blood. Our valor.
Yeah, that's one thing that always confused me a bit. Some people would say they redeem the villains too much in the show, but I didn't even think half the villains got redeemed. I think
The big villains got redeemed, but then in the last season they murdered one.
and then
He wasn't not murdered. He was murdered.
He was murdered.
He was friendship.
I mean, they murdered him twice, but
That well, no, the other time, yeah, they did break his horn off,
yeah, they killed him, and then he had to be brought back by Discord.
but he came back with a voice box.
He did. I wouldn't really consider Trixie a villain at any point. She was a nuisance, but I wouldn't consider her a villain.
She never stopped being a nuisance.
Yeah, she never stopped. She never changed. Like, her motives changed on a whim, but her personality never did. So I don't really say she changed. So the only villains who really got reformed were Discord and Starlight, and that's it. Discord still didn't stop being chaotic.
Valor. Our
This
blood.
was kind of always his thing. And even towards the end, he did things that didn't make sense or seemed random. Almost.
Our valor. Our blood. Meet the threat with. Meet the.
I guess you said Tempest would be a person like a name, but that was the Storm King certainly didn't. They murdered him.
Storm King, I didn't like because he wasn't a villain. He was comic relief. He was a cool design.
Yeah.
I loved his design, and his statue, the Guardian statue, is one of my favorites from them.
Yeah.
But the only person that made the good villain was they only kept her evil and not funny because they redeemed her in the end. Anybody else that's evil, and really, if you think about it, anybody that's always pure evil ends up being comic relief unless they're Discord.
I mean, he was always comic relief.
But anybody that is the pure evil is comic relief. And then if they redeem them, then they stay evil the whole
I don't
time.
know that Sombra was ever really her comic relief in any sense.
Crystals.
It's funny. He was trying to be serious.
We must meet the threat with.
He just didn't have a lot of lines. But they straight up murdered him too. I've never watched that movie for the first time. That was the best. Just the hearing that theater, the children being like, "Is he dead?" My thoughts were, yeah.
Very real. And once you actually start getting things moving, like when she says threat here, now that I see how I want it to move and what angle I'm at, I will actually go through here and much more drastically open her mouth. That might be a bit too much, but normally then I'll go through and add a little bit more of these. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Because now from this angle I know exactly how I want it to look, and sometimes that requires poking at things a little bit. That's better. She lost the R at the end of Valor. Yeah, but I would think that you're not gonna jump your mouth to a neutral position right away. You're gonna say Valor, and then it's gonna linger for a second. So. What's your favorite food, Celestia? It's meat. She likes meat.
Not horse biscuits. Meat.
So she's trying to do M here.
She drinks the blood of her enemies. The crazy straw. That's how you know she's serious. See that? Force that as well.
That's better too. the mouth, because I have to use the draw, is similar to Rathalos, and I learned a lot of stuff in doing Rathalos that I'm now trying to utilize here.
He is Dragon Jaw, is that what you're saying?
Well, a lot of the other ones, or I've gotten used to using the jaw from Rathalos because I don't have an open flex like these ones have, and I found that I really like having the jawbone used instead, so I'm kind of adding some of the stuff that I normally would with Rathalos to here, which is just, you can get a lot of different sounds out of the mouth that I couldn't before by just pushing it forward, and if you push it forward and turn it down, you can get like a sound, or like D, or like blood. The bottom jaw, I've actually put that up in front of the top jaw. It helps give it a lot of a stronger feel. So
I saw somebody actually talking on that in real life that I might have to like run from them.
what?
They were just kept throwing their jaw forward as they talk. Like, why are you doing that? It's not necessary. You're an alien person, right?
It's too much. Better.
We must meet the threat with our valor,
I know.
our blood,
It was Lissy had a stroke.
lives, to ensure that
Oh,
Pony
no.
civilization, not
Somebody
changing
call her an ambulance.
rules equestrian.
It's so sad. She got the diabetes from too many horse biscuits.
Civilization, not changeling.
Oh no. This is upsetting.
Right.
She's stroking out right in the up on stage. Just powering through it. Poor Celestia. All she wanted was horse biscuits.
We must meet the threat with our valor, our blood, indeed with our very lives, to ensure that Pony
She's,
civilization, not
People clapping just because she got up on stage. I was actually able to be
that
coherent.
Pony civilization, not changeling, rules Equestria now and always.
Her Highness Princess Celestia announces plans for a counteroffensive against the Hive.
Oh, that's so sad.
Michael. No. Michael.
You need a hospital.
Michael.
You need a hospital.
Help me! Help me!
911. What is 9 the horse 911?
Help me!
Clearly need doctor. She has
Help me! Oh!
so excited. No, her face is falling off.
Michael.
That's a lot worse than a stroke. She has both a stroke and advanced leprosy.
Indeed with our very lives, to ensure that
Okay.
we must meet the threat with our valor. We must meet the threat with our valor, our blood, our blood, our blood, blood, our blood, our blood, our blood, our blood, our
still like the whole going to war over like the biscuits thing, and just him saying our top scientists have tried to create horse biscuits, but it's just not the same. Just knocks the tray of them out of their hand. Glorious horse biscuits. Yes. She will consume the biscuit. Like, no, this one's mine. We captured this behind enemy lines and it's mine now. Yes, you know that. You know it.
No.
You know, pick up. She hit it. Nobody can have it now.
Celestia's no more biscuits.
No! Back to the war!
To the wall!
We need
To the wall!
biscuits!
More biscuits! More. Was the biscuits over there? Oh wait, was the biscuits over there?
The biscuits! The biscuits!
Blood.
She looks so upset. Doesn't have
Indeed, with
biscuits.
our very lives. To ensure Pony's civilization. We must meet the threat
She
with
looks
our
like a horrible hand puppet.
Okay, I'll give you that.
blood.
Oh no. So what's biscuit? Got biscuit.
So this is what you do. You put it like right about here. And then, oh no, we'll put it, and then we'll take it Celestia to her jaw. And then we'll half playhead it. Oh wait, no. Okay, no. So I have to lock it to her head first. Okay. And then we're gonna lock it to her jaw, partially playhead, and then it should do what I think it's gonna do.
We must meet the threat with our valor, our blood, indeed with our very lives.
She knows
To
biscuit
ensure
wasn't.
that Pony civilization, not changeling, rules Equestria.
She got biscuit.
Yay! War is over. Until she runs out of biscuit. Then back to war. Oh no. And the biscuits, they fight back. She become biscuit.
Now, we must meet the threat with our valor, our blood, indeed with our very lives, to ensure that Pony civilization.
She better as a biscuit.
Yeah.
Biscuit's gone.
Back to war then.
And you're like, ah! Ah!
She just
We
wants a
our
biscuit.
valor. We must meet the threat with our valor. Our valor. Our valor. Our valor. Valor. With our valor.
Indeed.
Our blood. Our blood. Our blood. Our blood. Our blood. Indeed with indeed with
All right, see you later, Blurred.
Meet the threat with meet the threat.
I just want to believe that her argument is just like, you know what? Well, let's just let him eat our love. I mean, I haven't been in a relationship in over 500 years, and I hate all you guys, so I'm safe. Rest of you are screwed.
I don't think that's how monarchs work, or at least, you know, a good one.
Yeah, well, nobody said she was good. Nobody claimed she was very good at her to be a good monarch. Maybe she's awful.
Okay, so actually, it's better if I don't move that. Yeah, it actually works better this way if I just don't. But I do need to have it brought down a little bit. Eyes always look better if you have it come up. That went down quick.
You're like, just be like, maybe some of you need your loving because I've seen you making out in the streets and I'm tired of looking. You know how hard that is for me? It's been a long time. Just start ranting. Great.
I had to make her eyes wide, but then I have to raise them up so it doesn't have so much white. But then eyes always look better if you back that off a little bit. Okay, so because that, but then when she turns her face a little bit, to have it be the eyes actually are affected by it, or the eye, it's affected by the eyes. So here I will say that the left eye gets a little wider, we'll go a little less angry, and the right eye will close a little bit. It's minor, but it actually makes quite a bit of a difference. Too fast.
So how long is this scene?
Hmm?
How long is this scene that you're animating?
Boop to boop.
Boop to boop.
It's well, there's like 21 from 21 to 53, so it's only like 30 seconds long, something. 30
It's not
couple.
too bad.
Well, yeah, but like, she sneak.
Is she just
No, like this scene with her, I really just have to have her stand there. I don't have to do too much. But the audience, I have to move around a lot. This is just her, but this is the trivial part. This is the easy shot. Then back to here, I could take most of the idols from before and go here, but
Now you just gotta get that little Twiggles model that I've seen posted and just have it standing at the bottom.
Counteroffensive against the Hive, source of the changeling invasion. that
okay, so
destroyed Canterlot.
there's stamping, and it starts
Princess Celestia
right here.
plans for a counteroffensive
So when I actually get to them, I originally I thought I'd have to animate them standing up, which I could cheat, but I don't think I have to. I already have to have them just standing. But I'm not going to have all of them stand. I mean, what if one of them's handicapped? They're going to stay sitting, or they're going to be delayed in getting up. So there's probably still going to be some. But
I like how you've like thought it
through enough that they're like, some of the ponies would be paraplegics. And you're just like, okay, sure, that is a possibility. I mean, Perry Punch probably can't stand because she's drunk, but
She's not even watching.
she's just like, I love the back of this chair. It's the best. Where's her tail?
She was sitting.
Her tail exploded. That's sad. Happens to the best of the ponies. She's got a bare butt now. No. Sitting has done horrible things. She's paralyzed. Not just imagining you being a horrible person and just having all the ponies standing up except one pony missing all 4 legs, just kind of flopping about in the chair. Just on its side, just like, hey. Oh, because you're a monster.
Hold on.
Oh no, it's so sad. Be a rubber duck now. Just put her in a bathtub. You just put her in a bathtub and have her thought about it. Just a little rubber duck now. Big squeak noises. Have to.
Would you like to know more?
I call her Beanie Punch.
Would you like to know more? Would you like to know more?
Move her along the ground like that. Just being a snail.
I don't think this is gonna exactly copy. Surprisingly, pretty close. Let's check if I can do one thing with this.
Diabetes hit Berry Punch hard.
Oops.
I'd never dull her spirits. Just like, yay.
Let's do that.
I like how if Prince whatever is like wondering, it's like, why isn't that part of the video done yet? He can just look back at your stream and be like, oh, that's why.
Because this had to happen. Which it does. It definitely needs that. So disturbing.
She's coming.
She's Link. She's on the move. How happy she is. Oh, God. Oni. Hot bean. She is. Yes. Oh, you can do it.
You can do it. Come here. Come here, Pony. Come here, Pony.
Yeah,
She didn't make it.
she died. It's for the best. She was not happy. She put on a smile, but she was miserable.
Okay, I'm gonna undo that.
Oh, you're not gonna keep it. This is not the scene. The whole scene, everybody clapping. You just see that thing going down the aisle. And the people would stop and wonder, what the heck is that?
Well, that's the. No.
Amazing.
Oh my god, how much did I do?
You spent a good bit of time on that. That's why I was like, if you
Okay,
want to
come
know
on.
why the video isn't done, you can just come back and watch this. And be like, oh,
There.
she's got legs again. No, their backs are gone. Yay, she grew them back. Oh, she pooped them out. Now, if only her tail could return so easy.
Well, that's probably just.
Hidden.
Oh, no, I probably have it shrunk down.
It gone forever.
Yeah, it's just shrunk.
Oh no. Some of it didn't survive. She's a changeling.
No, going into 0 size breaks things. So, and that I didn't ever need because I was gonna ever sit, and she was supposed to forever sit. This scene was not her original intent. So yeah, she'll be replaced. She'll be gone. I don't need no berry punch.
Everyone needs a little bit of berry punch. She keeps the party going. She keeps the party going.
Our blood,
Party going.
indeed with our very
They're dropping the
lives,
party going.
must meet the threat with our valor.
Probably
Our
bombing on
blood,
me.
our blood, indeed with our very valor. Our
Celestia's eyes can move a little bit more here. Oh, it's too much. I was looking at it from the wrong bit. So I'm having it. So she says valor, she's angry. When she says blood, she says she's sad. Because I think
I thought she looked happy throughout most of this. Like, she always seems to have a little bit of a smile. Like, yay, murder, yay, war. I am a sadist. He's like, did you guys hear?
how's that work?
War. Yes, he's so happy. She's like, can you believe it,
That's
guys?
too much though. Let's just do normal smile. Oh.
That's not happy to be a war. That's like, I can't wait. I want everybody to die here and now. Like, you're all gonna die and I'm so happy.
Ensure that pony civilization, not changeling, rules Equestria now and all.
I think she might be a changeling.
To ensure that pony civilization.
Whoa, she's getting a
not
serious
changeling,
Pinkie Pie vibe now. Pinkie Pie might be sadistic.
To ensure that pony civilization, not changeling, rules Equestria now and always.
Goodbye. Celestia's left.
Her Highness Princess Celestia announces plans for
Oh!
Listen,
Just imagining a scene in which she tries to raise the sun and instead her head just ascends. No, she's short.
we must meet the threat
Be
with
short.
our valor. Our blood, indeed with our very lives.
It's like, hey, my
to
face is
ensure
up
that
here,
pony
sir. I'm up here.
civilization. Indeed, with our very lives.
She tried to be
We
sneak.
must meet the threat with our valor, our blood, indeed with
Keep
our
her head
very
down. It's
lives.
dangerous.
I like this look right here.
Come watch me.
I see those lewd pictures you make of me. I see those pictures.
She votes for some of them. What's up?
She's like, no. There's porn?
She is both
Porn?
surprised and excited. I don't know what is happening there. Her head. She's like, yes. She wants. She's heard things. Oh no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's a changeling. Pretty sure she's.
Porn.
Porn. That is what changelings want. They want the porn. It's true. Her face broke. I'm
I gotta undo that before that's stuck.
the whole thing. If you made that face, it's gonna get stuck that way.
Indeed with our
It's like every time I do something, I have to go through everything. Did I break it?
blood, indeed with our very lives. We must meet the threat with our valor.
Getting there.
Our blood, indeed with our very lives.
I like how sometimes just having that little extra in the eyes makes a big difference. But alright, but that is going to be all for tonight. So I will be actually working on this for a good bit, trying to get it done. So I'll probably work on it again on Friday. Hopefully on Friday, so I'll have 3 hours. I don't think I'll be able to finish this whole thing, Celestia animating, but probably get a good way through. And then we got to work on all the fuckers in the chamber. Ugh. That's gonna be a tough one. I thought you said pretzels.
In Manhattan, the Equestrian Council convenes.
Full council. I thought he said pretzels. Pretzels. Sounds good. Anyway. I will be back Friday. Whatever. Have a good week and stuff. Have a cat. Where's my cat? There's my cat. Goodbye. And yeah, bye.